Here's a question that I know that you need answered, and that is, do you need to set up a business account? I'm going to say, yes, you do. And I say that because you're going to want to file your taxes quarterly. Otherwise, you have to do it at the end of the year. I mean, you can do it without having a business, and I have. However, I don't like it, and it makes me personally feel uncomfortable. I want all my ducks in a row, and I don't want any surprises at the end of the year. Opening up a business account under retail, I think it's worth it. You don't have to do it right away, but I would highly recommend doing it. Based off of whatever state you live on, the costs are going to be very different. Here in Washington State, it's about 400 and something bucks. To me, the tax benefits of having a small business outweigh the cost of setting it up. And there are companies out there that will set it up for you. I will post a link of who I used in the resource center, but you just need to Google, how do I set up a business license in my state? And it'll take you to the actual government website, but then you're gonna have a upfront cost. And they're gonna ask for somebody to like verify your business or back up your business. If you don't have that, then it kind of gets a little tricky. So using a service, I did one, they upfront the cost for me, and then I pay $50 a month until it's paid off. That's the way that I went. And that's what I would recommend for you to do as well. Whenever it comes to filing the taxes, it is so easy to report the taxes because eBay and Poshmark, they pull it for you. They do it for you guys. All you have to do is go in and report what they took out. That's it. It is so incredibly easy. The benefits to having a business license is the following. One, you get to write off your mileage. And mileage can be you can get like 50 cents back for every mile you travel. So you can write off your mileage for your entire trip, not just how long it takes for you to get from point A to point B. So if you go from your house to a thrift store, and then you're like, oh, while I'm out and about, I need to stop at the post office. And you stop at the post office. And then you're like, oh man, I need to go to the grocery store to buy some groceries. And then you go to the grocery store and then you come home. You can write off the mileage for all of that. And at the end of the year, you'll get money back for every mile that you drove. I'm not going to quote and say you'll get 55 cents per mile, or you'll get 65 cents or 25 cents. You have to look up in your state, how much do you get reimbursed for small business for driving? And your state will tell you that information. But there was one year I traveled so much, I got $850 back in just mileage. It was awesome. So anytime you go anywhere, if you can stop at the store and buy a pair of shoes and you keep your receipt, you can write off that mileage for the whole journey. And what I did, I didn't keep a little logbook. Some people do logbooks. I am not a logbook person. It's just not my jam. I don't like it. I don't want to do it. But if you do want to do a logbook, just keep a little notebook and write the date, where you went, and all the stops that you made. So I went to Albertsons, the post office, Goodwill. So then I would calculate that distance and do the distance from your house to Albertsons, Albertsons to the post office to Goodwill, Goodwill home, and then write that in. Easy, easy, easy. Or if you just go to Goodwill and come back, then there and back. Every mile counts. And then maybe once a week, go in, spend 5 or 10 minutes and just add that all up, put it into an Excel spreadsheet to save. It is to your benefit that you do that because you will get money back for all the mileage that you travel. The business tax credit is just going to help you out financially a lot. Even if you are just a very little business and you don't make a ton of money, the tax credit is going to help so much. And it really is to your benefit to do. To me, it's a no-brainer to set up a business account. Have somebody else just do it for you. They upfront the cost, and then you just pay a smaller fee every month until you have it paid. And I think it's worth it. I highly recommend and suggest it, but you don't have to. Either way, you're gonna wanna take meticulous, detailed records, and I'll be going over that soon. Just gonna wanna make sure that with or without an accountant, with or without a business account, you keep awesome records. So at the end of the year, whenever you're doing your taxes, you're not gonna be like freaking out and like going back for months, because that's one thing about eBay that I forgot to mention, is that eBay only saves your records for a certain amount of months and then you can't get to it anymore. It sucks if you didn't stay on top of your records. So you really want to make sure that you take awesome records. So again, this is just my personal recommendation. You can do what you want, however you handle it, and that's your responsibility. You know, I'm just here to offer my suggestions and expertise. That's my whole purpose. I hope that answers some questions for you. On to other videos.